And lastly, communication, which is a very, very different and difficult area. And I see that 50% of you indicated that it is a significant challenge. It is strongly influenced by the indirectness of the culture and face, by the group and the fact the individual and self-expression is often sublimated to the group, by hierarchy in terms of who can speak, who's authorized to speak, formality norms, and also risk assessment, differences in internal versus external control, as we've talked about. So firstly, just anticipate indirectness and ambiguity. Really strong need to practice active listening, reading between the lines as you seek to decipher this ambiguity and indirectness. Yes, no questioning is extremely difficult. If you rarely get a direct no, and yes can mean I hear you, not necessarily I agree, you almost always have to use open-ended questions or information questions if you want to really get the answer that you are looking for. Writing, graphics, very important to supplement verbal. If verbal is indirect, often concreteness can be added by writing or graphics, by background written information also. The public versus private persona, strong recognition of this phenomenon we've already talked about. Who's speaking, I always ask myself, and are they changing what they're saying because of the group or the situation they're in? If they are, I often try to get the person one-on-one if I know them and have a conversation. And often if you change the scene or the situation, you get very different information as you access that private person. Brainstorming, expecting everyone to throw their ideas out on a table in a room, in my own experience, has proven very difficult in China and is often less useful. People are reluctant to make mistakes. They're not patterned by the school system to throw out ideas off the top of their head. Meetings are generally much more structured than the West. A script, formality, deep implications for the communication process. So understanding the protocol, the etiquette, the scripts that are expected in situations is really vitally important. And just something as simple as the offer-decline ritual, which you see in China all the time. You offer to do something for someone. You offer them a gift. They always decline it to be polite. But you have to know that that's not what they really mean, and you have to insist on them taking it. And sometimes this will go back and forth 2 or even 3 times. But you have to know the script and the role you play and not take them at their word. Criticism, controversial language, definitely to be avoided because of the implications of face. And often you would use an intermediary in a difficult situation where face is impacted. Ensure that you have the credibility and authority to say something and have people act on it. Again, imagining how you look through Chinese eyes with a very strong hierarchical lens. And because of the need for context, for background in the communication process, China being a more high-context communication culture, using models, using precedent, a lot of background information is often imperative if you're going to assist in change, if you're going to get people to agree, if you are going to get people to buy in. So just some strategies for success in 3 of the areas I've seen as the biggest challenges in China.